scream until there's nothing left, more like scream and shout and let it all out. And we all thought it was Hobie, right? We all thought it was Hobie. So I'm in bingo on Monday. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Emily and this is Sebastian Sloane NYC, my fiber arts place on the internet. We're back for podcast number 2 and I'm super excited to share what I've been working on with you all. We had a day off from work and I had some plans that got canceled over the weekend, so I got a lot done, as well as knitting plans, which we'll get into. But anyway, I got a lot done and I'm feeling good about it. So we'll talk about everything. I'll introduce myself. So if you're new here, my name is Emily. You might know me as Sebastian Sloane NYC over on Instagram, where I am most active, although I don't post that much, but I'm like there, I'm in your comments. And if you have a YouTube channel, I'm definitely watching it over on my personal YouTube, but I am not like subscribed to everybody over here because I don't want to mess up my algorithm. I also like Pokemon. I will get into the outfit details shortly, but I will point out my 2 visible handmaids. This is the Napolean lace scarf. I don't know the name of the designer, but it's a beautiful lace scarf that has like a fern looking vibe. And the yarn is Thrifted Spin Cycle, and it's tucked into my scarf. I can't show you, but it's a scarf. It's green and it has orange, and this part is beautiful, but this is only one section. It's mostly green and orange. And then this scarf I downloaded, I thrifted this yarn. This yarn is from Michaels, and I made this really early on in my knitting journey. I downloaded the One Day Scarf by Lipple, and I did not follow the pattern. I just used it to copy the length of the stripes and how to do the color changes, which I did really badly. So maybe I'll take a stab at that another time. But I really like the lace scarf and I like the color changing yarn. So I am working on another one of these, which we'll get to. But quick fit check. So you guys can't see my whole outfit, but this is the hair. My scarf. Let me see if I can detach. The ends aren't woven in, but scarf, my other scarf. The sweater dress is from Frankie's Bikinis, which is crazy that they sell a sweater dress. And then my skinny jeans, that I'm not going to get my feet in the picture, are vintage from J Brand. And aren't they just so funny? It's literally giving like gentrified apartment wood floors. I actually love it. But anyway, cool, okay, we saw the outfit. Great, thanks editing Emily. Okay, let's start us off with some acquisitions. This is, you see how outward back my head is today? And it keeps getting stuck. Oh my God. Okay, let's start with acquisitions. So the first thing that happened was, as you know, I knitted the Eve dress by Le Paul. And I did this for New Year's. Okay, that's better. This is slightly improved. As you know, I knitted the Eve dress by Le Paul for New Year's this year. I knitted it in 5 days and it was exhausting and it's not finished yet, but whatever. Anyway, that yarn was fabulous. I used ice yarn cut in palettes in like lilac or dusty lilac, something like that. Beautiful color. And I held it double, and then I held it with another strand of cotton, which is what was recommended in the pattern, to hold your mixed sequin yarn with another strand of yarn. I don't know if the weights were correct. I did a lot of modifications and I break the rules. All that aside, the color I really wanted, the light blue, came back in stock on sale. So obviously I ordered 2 things of it. I ordered 8 balls of it. So it comes in packs like this. They're pretty small. They're so cute. They're like a mini bagel. But they're really pretty and you can see, look at all the pretty colors. So there's blues, greens, purples, pink, orange, yellow, orange, and then like see-through ones. Like if you can see, like it's see-through, but it reflects anyway. And then there's different size sequins. Fabulous, fabulous yarn. And that yarn is now in a project, which we will get to later. So this is the color light blue of the cotton palettes yarn. I don't know if I'm saying that right. No one's corrected me yet. And it is, I believe, 115 meters per ball. I read that it's 225 yards, but I don't think that's right if that's this math. But anyway, I have a bunch of it, so very exciting. We'll get into the project for that later. Then I also acquisitioned these, 4 of these, 2 each. Here's the remains from the other project of these wools, 100% wool from Napolean, which is a newer yarn store. They are the underground yarn store. If you saw a TikTok, I can insert a clip of the TikTok here. And they are located in Murray Hill, kind of in like a warehouse entrance to a rug store. And then you go down the stairs. The signage is very clear once you open the first door, which is not clear. So their initial target consumer is people who restore rugs. So they have a good amount of types of fibers, but they have every color imaginable. Like they have like 800 shades of pink, which is really awesome, right? What if you need pink? So I went there looking to make a specific project. I wanted a 4-weight yarn and a wool. I didn't really care how much wool. And he let me know that this yarn was discounted because they couldn't put it online. It came in the wrong ply. These are the same yarn, just different ply. As you can see, the white one is a single ply. No, you can't see it because it's blurry. The white is a single ply, more roving style, and this is triple plied. Anywho. And I was like, well, I don't really like, I'm not like married to any specific color scheme, you know. I was just coming here for the vibes and to like have the opportunity to look at so many colors. So I was like, why not? Who am I to deny myself discounted yarn? So I went with 2 of these, and then I went with this very dusty purple color, and we'll get into the project I made with them later. But I think I spent about $50 total for all 4 balls. And the purples are 162 yards, and the whites are 190 yards, and they come from Brown Sheep Co. in Mitchell, Nebraska, and their website is brownsheep.com. Cool. And I have 1.5 more acquisitions. So my one acquisition left is this beautiful Noro yarn. It's Noro Sonata, which I know is a very popular yarn. It's extremely soft. It's from Cleo's. We'll get into the little story after that, but I did go to Cleo's to hang out. And it's cotton, viscose, silk, and polyamide. It's really soft. And I need it wound because it's a sock weight and I'm not doing it myself. But it's really beautiful, and it's like a delicious hyacinth, and I really like it. So that's really fun. So I bought this. Yeah, should I tell you the specs, I guess? It's 360 meters. And personally, I would use a 3mm hook with this, but I'm not telling you what it says. I'm going by the me rules. Anyway, so I bought that. And then, record scratch, I have a kind of acquisition. So my friend and I went to Cleo's to hang out just to hang out. She lives in Brooklyn, and I like Cleo's, and I wanted to bring my knitting. So we went to the free yarn bank because she was looking for inspiration for a scarf. And we looked around the whole store. So we're also looking in there, and she falls in love. There's 2 whites and 1 yellow of these yarns. They are a cotton merino blend. They're super beautiful. They're chainette spun with like a fluff on the outside. It's so difficult to see. Anyway, they're beautiful. I'll hold them up here. They're called Concept by Katya Cotton Merino Fine in the colors 080 and 083. And they are super wash, and they're 82 yards per ball. And we'll get into what I'm going to make with them later. But I did acquire 3 tiny balls of yarn. Okay. Let's get into what I worked on. Okay. The first thing that I worked on is one of these scarves. This is, I'm going to scream. you guys are going to see my whole setup. Um, okay, the first thing, can I start this sentence? The first thing that I worked on this week / however long ago it was since my last podcast was another one of these Napolean, nope. I worked on my second Napoleon lace scarf. I will show it to you. I am using this yarn, which is Hobby. Editing Emily here because I needed to say something that was actually the most bonkersest thing I've ever heard. No, it's not actually, because it's like the facts. I went to Hobby Bingo, from Hobby as in Hobbii. We all thought it was Hobie, right? We all thought it was Hobie. So I'm in Bingo on Monday. We had a day off on Monday in the US at my job. So I went to Hobby Bingo at 11 a.m. and they're like, this yarn from Hobby. And I was like, wait. In the comments, I was like, is it Hobby or a Hobie? And they were like, it's Hobby. It's a common misconception. So I'm here to tell you guys, it's unfortunately, we're all wrong. It's not Hobie. It is pronounced like Hobby. Carnival, a 100% acrylic yarn. It's roving style 4-weight. It's absolutely beautiful. We kind of lost the sun, but it's got a little more punch than the lighting is showing. And then I'll show you my project. This yarn was part of a gift from my brother, and it's very beautiful. I'm going to hold it up here so you can see how nice it is. I'm really bad at lace, and I also do my yarn overs in both directions because I don't know which one's correct. I kind of just do what I do. It's lace, and right? Who cares, right? Anyway, so actually, you know what? I'll hold this up so you guys can see how pretty it is. So what's going on with this project? What did I write here? So this is kind of my like chill project. It's like here, it's ombre, it's fun, it's nice. And I like it. I really recommend this pattern if you do it right. Like this one looks really good. This one does not look as good. But I also need to block this. So that's another plot. But anyway, been using this, been enjoying that. That is super fun. And then we have the Regatta sweater, which I have been working on, as you know. So I will get to the yarns first, and then I will tell you what the sweater looks like. So the yarns are Vernat Misty, which I thrifted from eBay. It is made in Turkey, actually. I didn't know that. It's 130 yards per ball, but it honestly feels like so much more. It's 50% acrylic, 35% mohair, and 15% wool. I've never worked with a scratchier yarn. It's horrible. Like, I love it. I don't care. But it's ruining my fingers. They're peeling off, cracking. It's horrible. They've like Anyway, then this beautiful Noro I've caked up. It did not come in a cake. Is Crayon, which is 100% wool. And it's 100 meters. This was so generously gifted to me by Knitting Fever, and I'm so excited that it's going to get to show off its magical ombre-ness. I'm really excited that this Noro is incorporated with another yarn because I love to see an ombre striped with a non-ombre. And I feel like a lot of people will make their Noro garments all Noro, which I love, but I also like to see the Noro yarn split up, similar to a James N. Watts type pattern. Really enjoy those. So, the sweater herself. This is her. As you can see, the Noro changes colors. This is, like, wait till you see the back. It's completely different. It's got all these colors. It's so cool. It's so warm. So the only main modifications that I made were I did the neckline in 2x2 rib with a folded over neckline, and I incorporated the short rows into the stockinette pattern instead of doing a twisted rib neckline with the short rows in the twisted rib. Because I don't like twisted rib, it's not fun for me to do, and I think I prefer the look of other ribs better for the amount of work that twisted rib is for me. But this is not my unpopular opinions. So Okay, next up, I finished most of a pair of micro shorts. These are a free-handed pair of micro shorts that I made for the video that I posted a few days ago, and they are made with the HM Napolean yarn. They don't really smell too much like wool. This yarn does not have the right drape for the needles that I used to do this ruffle, so I'm not like obsessed with how they came out. They fit great, just my stylistic choices like could have been a little bit more gauge swatched. No. So anyway, they still need a waistband, and I also have been thinking this whole time that they might get a skirt, so maybe we put skirt. We'll find out what happens when it happens. And lastly, we have the scarf for my friend who I met at Cleo's. Last up, we have the scarf that I started thinking about for my friend who I met up with at Cleo's. And we were looking at, so I was looking at these balls of yarn, and I was looking at this photo by Earth by Morg. I think that's her name. I'm gonna put her picture here. I'm like 90% sure that it's her. Anyway, so two of the things we really liked. We liked the width of this type of a skinny scarf that I'm wearing, and we liked the dual sides of the stripes. So I thought of these, but in my collection of yarn that I have from my friend who gifted me her collection that she was no longer using, I have the following fluffs. And I was like, these fluffs would look so cute with this potential future scarf. So these are the fluffs. There are 5 colors. So there's olive, dark red, bright green, dusty flesh me, and rose. Let's call this peach. But we are the same color. Anyway, so these colors, like, don't they just give you like a fairy core vibe? Like, if she like kind of lived near the beach, but if like strawberry shortcake lived near the beach, this would be her color. Like, she wouldn't wear blue nautical, she would be like yellow nautical. Anyway, so that's going to be a mini scarf with some interesting stripes, and we'll see what happens. But the goal is to use up all those yarns. No scrap yarns allowed. Then I started a project with this. I'll show it to you, but I won't say what it is. It's held double in this piece. It's double crochets with a little single crochets, and I can't, oh, that's upside down. But I won't tell you what it's making, but it's really pretty. It's what dreams are made of. Oh my God. Anyway, then we have finished objects. Let's go. I finished 2 things. They should give me a day off more often. The first thing I finished were these micro shorts. Can you hear me? I finished these micro shorts. They fit perfectly. I wore them to brunch. So the Tweety is on the inside. So, right, hold on. This yarn is 2 strands of a Lang 100% wool sock yarn from Nitty City. It might not be 100% wool. It might be like wool and like stretchy stuff, but it's wool and it's very soft. And then this color here is Tweety by Hedgehog Fibers, which I thrifted. And this, I ran out of the yellow, which is why the inside of the waistband is the Tweety. But these shorts are really cool. They have short rows in the top and the bottom. And you can watch a whole video about how I made them on my channel. You can watch a whole video about how I made them on this channel. So the purple and white micro shorts are going to be like an adaptation of those. Then I finished this hat for my friend, and I even sewed in the ends. And I think it's a pretty cute hat. So the main mustard and brown yarns So everything except these 3 stripes are from the wool that my friend gave me, and it is like 100% like wool. It's from Downtown Yarn, so it's like that one that's in like the regular Hanks. It's like a thick wool. You can see that it's very thick, very, very nice. And then the white colored one is got flex in it, and this yarn is from Cleo's, and the middle yarn also comes from this girl's collection, and this is just a mustard colored fluff, if you can see like the difference in the textures, but I don't think you can, but I can, and it feels mushy in the center. But if I put this hat on, it doesn't fit because I have my hair up to the sky. Yeah. Can you tell I was influenced by that camp rock girl going viral on TikTok? Okay. Yeah. Scream until there's nothing left, more like scream and shout and let it all out. I had a video come out, so I released a video about micro shorts, so you should definitely check it out. It's all about how to level up your micro shorts by making them a little bit longer with short rows to better fit your body, because a lot of micro short patterns I've noticed run a little bit short in the back. Okay. Yeah. Scream until there's nothing left, more like scream and shout and let it all out. So anyway, you could watch that video. It's pretty fun. I made some micro shorts and pretty casual. It's not a tutorial. It's not a tutorial. It is for low rise. So if you wear high rise pants, I'm sorry, I kind of slandered you guys, but I'm just a low rise girly. And lastly, I went to 2 craft themed events. Firstly, one of my friends from Instagram.com, who I guess is now my friend in real life, made by Fiona on social media. She hosted a small knit gathering and invited me, so obviously I went. She hosted a small craft gathering and she invited me, so I went, of course, and I went out to Brooklyn and it was super fun, and her cat is fabulous, and all of the ladies I met were super fabulous, as well as her co-host. So nice to meet all of you. Anyway, then I also went to in like an informal thing vibe, but my work has an arts and crafts group chat that I made by writing in the cat group chat to say like, hey, I know some of you guys do arts and crafts, like come hang out with me. So 4 of us met and we crafted in the office and got a lot of looks, but it was fun. Good vibes. We all wore our pieces. It was very cute. So anyway, that is what I've got for you guys for this episode, and I will be back with another podcast, hopefully in another reasonable amount of time. Get me off of camera. Goodbye. Subscribe to my channel, like the videos, watch more things. Go to my Instagram.com.net, Sebastian Sloane NYC. I'm also on TikTok kind of at eShappy, but I don't really post on it because I don't like to, and I like YouTube way more. And I have a personal Instagram, but don't follow that if you don't know me. Cool. Bye, everybody. Peace out. Peace out, Girl Scout.